Budget anyway, do you?
No.
Thank you. Right, now, from Donald Trump to Angela Merkel, world leaders always try to project an image of power and stability. That's far removed from the desperate and powerless images associated with refugees. But a young Syrian artist has gained international attention for paintings that merge the two. We'll be talking to him in a moment. First, let's just have a look at some of his work. Some of the images from Abdalla Omari, who is one of 65 artists featured at the Accessible Art Fair in Brussels, which starts today. He joins me from there. Now, your story, you were born and raised in Syria. You didn't actually follow the traditional migrant refugee route as we would understand it. So what compelled you to tell those stories using world leaders? Because I don't think you took that sea or land route, did you?
Indeed, I didn't have any exciting path towards Europe. I had an airplane, I had a visa to Paris because I had an exhibition at that time 3 years ago. But that doesn't stop me from talking about the collective problem that's some collective community is facing. So through art,
yeah,
that's
the image is compelling because you see the faces of these incredibly powerful world leaders associated with the vulnerability of the refugees, and that makes it really quite a powerful image, doesn't it? Just talk us through some of them. I mean, we've got a selection here. I think we're going to show Bashar al-Assad to start off with. Just talk about why you chose that particular style of representing him.
Actually, the painting of Bashar al-Assad was mainly the one that is the easiest for me to depict, since for the rest of the political leaders that I made portraits of, I had to make a research of their cultural context of the country. How would they look like if they would be vulnerable in their context? But for Bashar al-Assad, I didn't have to make a research because I know the whole story. So you would see him probably coming out of the Mediterranean Sea after a long journey on a boat, like with a boat on his hand.
Yeah,
almost insane.
And Angela Merkel, for example, that's another striking one, because with some world leaders you don't associate perhaps empathy with the refugees, but Angela Merkel curiously did show that, and that's led to a lot of political problems for her. Yeah,
also that's a good question. My aim wasn't actually showing only, like, it wasn't offensive to show the political leaders as vulnerable. So I also wanted to show some other politicians that were not necessarily negatively involved in the refugee crisis, but also just involved. And yeah, it's about showing the vulnerability as a general theme. It's nothing. It's, yeah, as I said, it's not. What was the word? Sorry.
Do you know,
yeah.
Well, Abdalla, I think they're stunning images. I know you're not exhibiting these at the fair where you are today, the Accessible Art Fair, but good luck with everything, and thank you very much indeed for joining us. That is it from us. We are done. More on the website. Bye-bye.